Hi everyone, my name's Nick Schluter. Joining me today is the COO and co-founder of Green Lancer, Patrick McCabe. Patrick, how are you today?
Doing well, Nick. Thanks for asking. How about yourself?
I'm doing great. So as a solar installer, I'm always excited as soon as a customer says, hey Nick, I want to go solar, but I know the work has really only begun. The next thing that I need to do is I need to go pull permits.
Right, and that's where literally the fun begins. It's something really challenging, and it's something that a lot of our installers struggle with. Let it be known, though, that taking a plan to the permitting office and getting approval, it's not just as easy as everybody thinks. And so if you are going and taking plans and you get rejected, just know that your 10% to 15% of all plans get rejected. And that's because the plan reviewer has a job to do. And the reason being that the first-time acceptance rate is also not that high is because there's so many different jurisdictions, 18,000 jurisdictions, cities, townships, counties, etc., all with different codes, different requirements, different fire offsets. It becomes very challenging.
Right, and they're always changing. These codes are constantly changing, and solar is such a new industry. And with, like you said, there's over 18,000 of them in the United States. There's a good chance that if you're submitting a solar project somewhere, let's say in the Midwest, it might be the first time they've ever even seen a solar permit set.
You're 1,000% correct. Yes, it's very difficult, especially in areas outside of the coast, to permit solar because it's almost an education event. You're educating the plan checker on what they should be looking for and how solar works. So there's also some other things here that we can do to help play or to have the best chance of getting an approval on the first time. And that includes things like calling ahead, getting the codes, understanding if there's any special requirements. Most jurisdictions will have a website. That's a great place to start. The second is learning the process by actually calling the jurisdiction. This is a great way to understand what permits are required, how much it's going to cost, and then not only that, how long it's going to take to get reviewed, which could be sometimes up to a month to 6 weeks in some jurisdictions. So it's very good to know that before you go in. If you're able to, get a pre-submittal review. This is kind of a novel way of getting your first inspection or your first review done for free. Typically, you have to pay for every submittal. If you're able to get a pre-submittal review, the plan checker can go over the drawings and point out different things that you might need to change in order to get that acceptance rate higher. Organization of your application, making sure you have the right amount of copies as well as the right paper size, and whether or not that's in black and white or color. These are all little intricacies that each jurisdiction could potentially have, and if you don't follow it to a T, they're going to send you back and you're going to have to resubmit. And that's the biggest thing that we want to avoid here. Last but not least is your appearance as well as your ability to play defense. I always go into a plan review with a code book, a black pen, and a red pen. That way, if it's a small change, I can make that change right on the drawing and all the copies, and I don't have to go back home, resubmit, change the PDF, and print everything out again. I'm able to do it right there on the fly. And the inspector will appreciate that. Ultimately, kill that plan reviewer with kindness. There's nothing wrong with being nice, and nice goes a long way when it comes to plan checkers.
It absolutely does. And one of the nicest things that you can do for the plan reviewers is give them a nice permit set that's really easy to understand. So to get a nice permit set today, please visit us at www.greenlancer.com.